potential star was born in Saturday's UFC Fight Night 118 headliner when Darren Till added a most noteworthy win to his undefeated record against fan favorite and former UFC title challenger Donald Cerrone. Till 1601 MMA, 401 UFC bludgeoned Cerrone 3210 MMA, 197 UFC for a first-round TKO in the UFC Fight Pass streamed welterweight main event at Ergo Arena in Gdansk, Poland, adding more credibility to those touting him as the next big thing from England. Prior to Till's impressive win, Karolina Kowalkiewicz 112 MMA, 42 UFC, Jan Blachowicz 207 MMA, 34 UFC and Oscar Piechota 1001 MMA, 10 UFC all made impressions for various reasons with key victories. After every event, fans wonder whom the winners will be matched up with next. And with another night of UFC action in the rearview mirror, it's time to look forward, put on a pair of Shelby and Mick Maynard's shoes, and play UFC matchmaker for UFC Fight Night 118's winning fighters. Oscar Piechota should fight Trevor Smith. Why they should fight? He didn't have a thrilling fight or decisive finish, but as far as UFC debuts go, Piechota turned in a solid performance with his unanimous decision victory over Jonathan Wilson. The former Cage Warriors champion admitted post-fight that he probably wasn't as physically prepared for his first octagon appearance as he should have been. His conditioning showed, but he vowed to come back in better shape for his next fight. Piechota is another solid European to join the UFC roster, and in a middleweight division filled with opportunity, the unbeaten fighter has some potential to flourish. Smith 157 MMA, 54 UFC is a tested veteran who has a lot of experience in the UFC, Strikeforce and various other notable organizations. Hot Sauce was forced out of a fight on the same card due to injury, but as soon as he recovers, a matchup with Piechota would work for his comeback. Jan Blachowicz should fight Jared Cannonier. Why they should fight? With his UFC career likely on the line, Blachowicz delivered in a key moment when he scored a slick second-round submission of Devin Clark in their light heavyweight bout. Blachowicz entered the UFC several years ago with a lot of hype behind him. He's struggled against top competition, but perhaps his strong effort against Clark will represent a turning point. The Polish fighter needs to continue his rebuild process, and a matchup with Cannonier 102 MMA, 32 UFC is fitting. Cannonier just lost his UFC on Fox 26 opponent Antonio Rogério Nogueira due to a potential USADA violation, and Blachowicz is in position to be a suitable replacement. Karolina Kowalkiewicz should fight Jessica Andrade. Why they should fight? Former strawweight title challenger Kowalkiewicz rebounded from a two-fight skid with a unanimous decision win over promotional newcomer Jodie Esquibel to get her career back on track. Kowalkiewicz is still one of the top contenders in the 115-pound division, and now that her rough patch is a thing of the past, she can return to fighting fellow elite names in her weight class. During her post-fight interview, Kowalkiewicz mentioned a showdown with Andrade 176 MMA, 84 UFC, who is coming off a dominant win over Claudia Gadelha at UFC Fight Night 117. The Brazilian named Kowalkiewicz as someone she wants to fight, and with all sides apparently on board, the matchup makes itself. Darren Till should fight winner of Santiago Ponzinibbio vs. Mike Perry at UFC on Fox 26. Why they should fight? Watch the video above to see why Till should fight the winner of the UFC on Fox 26. Bout between Ponzinibbio 253 MMA, 72 UFC and Perry 111 MMA, 41 UFC next. For complete coverage of UFC Fight Night 118, check out the UFC events section of the site.